Beyond being home to the wilderness, Bataan is a cradle of rich history and culture, an ideal place that marries the old and the new. This is especially seen in its capital, the city of Balanga. Once a quaint town, but now on the cusp of progress. It's where one can be acquainted with its historical landmarks, booming local businesses, and sanctuary to the wild migratory birds. Good day, I am Jenna Venegas and you are watching Good News. As they say, refresh, relax, and recharge. And taking consideration of these three, our crew yearned for a worthwhile vacation and we chose Balanga City as our destination spot. So why Balanga? Because of its rich biodiversity, lush seas, mountains, and mangrove areas, all transcended us into an enthralling trance. We have you and Riza for the good news.
It's very close and convenient. Some normally bring bikes and cars that usually take them probably 2 to 3 hours. But wow, if you ride the ferry, it takes only 1 hour.
A perfect weekend getaway. It takes almost an hour to get to Plaza Mayor de Ciudad de Balanga.
And if you think Balanga City is only known for its involvement during World War II,
Then you got it all wrong.
You can bring your whole barkada without triggering a huge hole on your budget.
So we're now here at Bataan Tourism Center where we can ask any other informations about Bataan. We can ask about different tourist spots, resorts, and any food to try on. So as we enter the building of Bataan Tourism, we can see here a kiosk called Bataan Trip. So let's check. We can see here the events of Bataan. We can also book tour packages in tourist spots here in Bataan. So that's just a small bit about how amazing this building is. Did you know that there are different foods and pastries that we can buy here in Bataan, like the famous Amandas and the Tuyo? There are also different products made by our very own Bataeños that we can buy as pasalubongs to our families.
Balanga City is also an icon for its festivities. Be it your birthday, your fiesta, your wedding, or even a simple weekend vacation, we have a place to be. A tour of the Balangas Plaza Hotel is a magnificent sight to see. Let's take a look at the good news.
architectural icon, the Plaza Hotel in Balanga City provides a unique experience with its old-world charm and modern undertones. The hotel features an impressive facade inspired by Spanish colonial architecture and decorative interiors with hints of contemporary design. The Plaza Hotel has 34 stylishly furnished rooms with flat-screen TVs and complimentary Wi-Fi. 2 function rooms are available for corporate meetings or social events for up to 200 persons. Located at Plaza Mayor de Ciudad de Balanga in the heart of Bataan's capital, the hotel is adjacent to the City Hall and across the 18th century Balanga Cathedral. Whether traveling for business or leisure, your stay here will truly be memorable because of its distinct surroundings and relaxing ambience. The Plaza Hotel is a pure piece of art, a synonym for a perfect getaway. It's like being on a European film set with a surreal view.
Draga in Puerto Ribas Ibaba, being one of the next stop, has tremendous lot to offer. Lose yourself amidst the calming seas, fall in love with the sea creatures, and make friends with smiling locals. Anjon Flores and Seth Arena has the good news.
Today is the time of the year. Every 28th of February, we celebrate Ibong Dayo Festival. Next year, Balanga City will celebrate a decade of this festival. So what an awesome time to come, right? So come and join us as we give you a brief of the coming event.
May mga migratory birds po dito sa Balanga.
Bakit may mga migratory birds sa atin dito sa Pilipinas? Just because yung mga ibong dayo kasi ay galing sa mga wintering country. So, ang bansang Pilipinas ay tropical country. So, pag wintering country sila galing, syempre, umuulan ng snow. So, they have to travel para magpakabusog. Doon kasi sa bansang pinanggalingan nila ay umuulan nga ng yelo. So, walang mga solid food kasi pwede silang kainin. Since tropical country tayo, na andito na yung basket of food nila. So, yeah, parang ito, yung Bataan, di ba? Meron tayong fish pan, meron tayong forested area, meron tayong coastal area na naglulutay, nagkakake. So, kaya feeding ground nila yan. So, kaya sila na andito, isa pa, sa 6 months migration nila, so yung mangrove area, tayo dito sa City of Balanga Wetland and Nature Park, meron tayong 7 hectares na mangrove area. So, that's their 6 months accommodations doon sa 6 na buwan na migration nila.
For this coming decade, it will be more extravagant and amazing event. There will be full of surprises and many people will be coming. And we are Anjon and Sedfree, and this is the good news.
With a coastline of more or less than 2 kilometers, you can expect an amazing view within the sea in the vicinity. It's a perfect time if you need the art of unwinding and losing yourself. Yuan Maulas has the good news.
The Draga in Puerto Ribas Ibaba, with a bird-watching site in Tortugas, is a sight out of this world. The view and migratory birds mesmerize me with its ecotourism and conservation of the wildlife in the region.
Balanga City is an amalgamation of history, ethnicity, and peace. From the capital to the Bataan Library and Youth Development Center, we have Jimwell Bautista and Rickson Bazaar for the good news.
As we all know, the Bataan saw more bloodshed and atrocities than any other Philippines provinces.
Yeah, that's why the capital is one of the oldest provincial government buildings.
You're right, Jem. It was rehabilitated and rebuilt with the aid of the people of the United States of America.
Under the Philippine Rehabilitation Act of 1946 or the Tidings War Damage Act of 1946.
see, we're here at the Bataan Library Museum.
It's donated by the Buddhist laymen of Japan, with the hope that by this undertaking, the field of the vision of the youth of the land will expand, so the all things may be seen in the right perspective.
So we Balangueños will have a sense of peace for the people and the start of everlasting peace. Amen.
Basta. Tara na, basta na. Let's go, let's go.
From the advent of the American colonization to the evolution of the modern day, it narrates the perseverance of the anecdotes of history. It defines the valor and courage of our great ancestors against the invasion. We have Riza Cruz and Sophia Dizon for the good news.
We're here at the Bataan Government Center and Business Hub called the Bunker at the Capitol Compound. Here at the entrance of the 7-story building is a replica of an armored tank used by Filipinos and Americans during World War II. Inside this building is a modern interior design that symbolizes the Bataan rise and progress from then on.
Actually, this is the result of public-private partnership. Not a single centavo was spent from our local government during the construction of this majestic structure. This is because of private partner MTB Alloy of Malaysia. The bunker will be turned over after 25 years. As of now, Governor Abet Garcia stated that 18 national government agencies initially agreed to establish their facility in the said building.
Every time we see the bunker, we remember and inspire
With the love from our veterans to our nation.
We're now here at Balanga Elementary School where this torture room is located.
As we can see on the emblem on top, this building was built way back 1932.
This place is a very sad place. Several Filipinos were tortured and were sent to death march.
They told us that some people have seen ghosts in here and some even see later in photos. In fact, while I'm saying this, I'm actually feeling goosebumps. I'm not kidding.
Passing through this pathwalk, you will see the old towering mango trees which were the silent witnesses to the historic events of the World War II.
The main structure, a Gabaldon type of building, was built in 1900s. Pablo Bain became known as the father of Balanga Elementary School for his efforts to improve the school before World War II.
Rebuilt after the war in 1946, it became the premier public elementary school in the province. The local and non-local government organization HAS Club has worked together to preserve it as a historical site.
Balanga City is the perfect place for food connoisseurs. If you want to end your tiring day of hustle and bustle with some appetizing cheesecakes and even the ever so famous lomi and bami of Balanga City, then we have Ruro Soriano, Katrina Luna, and Rico Nuestro for the good news.
of days to hang out and chill.
So we are here at the very well-known The Beanery in Balanga City, famous for their drinks, cakes, and very good food.
Come and join us.
So now we are going to try the two best-selling cakes here in the Beanery, which are
The infamous strawberry cheesecake.
and the mouth-watering choco almond cheesecake. That's right.
That's right, Kat. So good. Today we're going to call our friend Alison Escudero. He's going to taste the famous mojos of the beater. Alison. She eats like a dalagang Pilipino. Yes. How about you, Kat?
Can I try?
Yes.
Let's try. Wow, it's good. It's hot.
It's hot. Guys, today I'm going to show you how to eat mojos in a very... I know you want it. You want it right. Let's have some. First, you get a mojo. You dip it. Be sure it's dripping up. And first, lick it. And lick it.
Your Balanga trip couldn't be complete without these amazing souvenirs and famous delicacies. Being in Balanga, you can't miss their tuyo, tapa, dairy products, and ice cream with so much variety and lush colors. We have Ruru Soriano, Lian Ilaya, and Rico Nuestro for the good news.
You know what, Nuru? After a long walk, I feel so hot. I feel like it's so today.
You know what, Ricky? The perfect food for that kind of cravings is ice cream. And you know what? Where we can find the perfect ice cream place? At your back. At your back is the oldest ice cream parlor house here in Balanga City. They're also known for their gabi flavored dirty ice cream. So, what are we waiting for? Come and join us as we have a taste of the famous gabi ice cream.
after your meal, you can have a very relaxing massage treatment, and to wash off all the anxieties away and return home fresh and utterly rejuvenated with Escudero Spa and Clinic. We have Sean Rodriguez and Alison Escudero for the good news.
After a very long tiring day,
Let us treat ourselves with a very relaxing experience here at Escudero Spa.
Balanga City is a hidden treasure. And if we talk about history, it's not all about the structures, the monuments, and the buildings. It can also be about people. And these people, they also define Balanga City. We have Princess Mendoza for the good news.
A native of Balanga, Bataan, Luz Rosauro Mila Banzon Magsaysay was the wife of the Philippine President Ramon Magsaysay and the 7th First Lady of the Philippines. As the President's consort, Magsaysay was active in many social-civic programs, especially with the Philippine National Red Cross, of which she was honorary chairwoman for several years. She is remembered as one of the most admired First Lady and distinguished herself for her warmth and simplicity. But it does not end there.
We're now here at Luz Banzon Magsaysay Hall. The House Club was named this hall to honor a beloved daughter of Balanga and a former First Lady of the land, whose stature and prestige further enhanced the prominence of Bataan.
The House Club equally recognizes her as symbol of the Filipino women, with the strength of spirit that inspired and supported the menfolk who served in the guerrilla movement. Mila Magsaysay was devoted to her family, relatives, and friends. She dedicated herself to the preservation of her husband's memory and led a simple life that was true to her husband's legacy. Ma'am Beverly Perlante is a faculty member and the 2019 Outstanding Club Young Professional of the Philippines by the UNESCO. And Sir Rason Gregorio of BNHS as well was the first in Balanga to ever win a Carlos Palanca Award in Literature. Lastly, Ayo Kalika is a world-renowned math genius, gifted pianist, and a chess arena grandmaster. And they all bring honor to Balanga.
For this coming decade, it will be more extravagant and a full
after a very long tiring day,
Let us treat ourselves with a very relaxing experience here at Escudero Spa. Donated by the Philippine National Bank, with the hope that
Sa GC kasi po.
welcome to the conversation. Ano ulit para dito yun?
Wait lang, wait lang.
Iba kasi nandito yun. Nakapo dito. Ano nakakano po dito?
Ay, hindi dito na lang.
We're now here at Balanga Elementary School where this torture group is located.
As we can see on the emblem on top, this building was built on 1932.
This place is a very sad place because several Filipinos were died here and tortured themselves. This place is a very sad place because several Filipinos were died here and tortured themselves.